Most exciting pieces in terms of art and jewelry I've seen. It's sold out. You loved it too, because the first time you ever saw it was in February.
Yes.
Sold out very quickly. We just got it back in, and give you an idea of how long it might take, and if ever. That was 6 months ago. It is back. More just arrived though, so this is when you would want to act. It's on a $94 a month payment plan. You get a lot of what there is to love about the world of jewelry. That is carved abalone, and a lot of it in the form of a swan, 18 karat gold, solidly placed in. The lilac pearl, I see rhodolite, I see blue topaz. What don't you get? J353918 is your item number, and you do have the option, if you're a Q card holder, of putting this on 9-month special financing. But when we talked about earlier front to back design, I mean,
it's very sculptural, you know, so like there's nothing flat about this. It's got, you know, I don't want to say realistic look. It's obviously an artistic interpretation of a swan, but you do get the anatomy, you know, the beautiful fullness of the body and the spread of the wings. This was inspired when I found out in my research that a black swan, it really is like a fairy tale. It speaks to like fairy tale romantic love.
Yeah.
And I thought that was so beautiful, and also love of family and children, but it speaks to that deep love and empathy and compassion that people have. So I thought, what a great, you know, symbol to be wearing.
When I saw it too, there was something like, when I saw it in person, especially for the first time, it made me smile, and I thought about, you know, the swan. You can see how gorgeous this swan is, but I think, you know, we all know the story of like growing up and becoming like we all hope to become, and
yes.
I think, you know, depending on what that means for you, but we're all on this journey of growth, so that's what it reminded me of. So perhaps like you've been on a journey like that, and that could be symbolic in that way, but it looks so gentle and sweet.
And abalone is a stone that speaks to the beauty of change.
Yeah.
So it is about that evolving and changing. And then rhodolite is a stone of love, and blue topaz is a stone of harmonizing body, mind, and soul. So I fell in love with this idea, and then it really met my vision. I don't know if you've heard, but sometimes it takes us a couple of years to make a piece.
Really?
Yeah, because once I get a vision in my head, a piece will show up. I usually like put the box on, you know, my desk, and I get the nerve to open it a couple of hours later.
Okay.
And then if my employees are there or my husband, they'll say, I don't understand, I think it's gorgeous. And I'm like, it's not right, like within the first 2 seconds, because there's a vision, and everything's drawn to scale, like to the millimeter. And you know, it might be pretty, but if it's not
perfect,
exactly, yeah, I can't help it.
And then, I mean, to have only a certain amount, you would imagine how to be able to have this, it's like getting a collection home. This is
definitely for my collectors, and I have the most wonderful customer base in the world, the most appreciative women that really, they understand and appreciate every one of these details, what goes into the pieces. They love the symbolism, and I think it's kept me doing it a long time, because they do get it, you know, as an artist, to know that people understand what you're doing. What you're doing is important.
Well, what you're doing is so rare. That's what when I mean we have some once in a lifetime pieces. There are so few that I'm taking mine off so that we can give one to the model, but this is a once in a lifetime kind of piece. I mean, it looks like something that could be in the Smithsonian.
Thank you.
It does, and I do want you to know you're getting all genuine gemstones, so carved abalone. You're getting 35 points of other gemstones, including the rhodolite, which is this beautiful magenta color. You're also getting blue topaz, which is so stunning and gorgeous. You're getting that's a rose blush garnet. I mean, look at this pearl, this like lilac pearl. Look at all of the 18 karat gold, and you're getting white topaz. So in terms of just jewelry,
right,
it's a lot of gemstone and gold and silver. You can see what it's all about for $94 a month. And the beautiful thing about Easy Pay in a situation like this, J353918, is that yes, it's a considered purchase, but you pay it off. But this is the kind of piece that outlives you.
It should. It absolutely should. And that's what these pieces are designed for. It's for the design. I get letters from women that say, I don't really wear jewelry, but I buy your pieces and display them, which is such a huge compliment. And yeah, it's a very special piece.
I do want to say too, so any of Barbara's change, you'll be fine because you wouldn't even have to undo the enhancer, but you do have the option of snapping this one open. It's very, very easy.
We could show this snapper, you mean on the...
Yeah, on the enhancer itself.
Yeah, the enhancer bails are quite simple. Some of them safety goes up and some go down, but they all have a nice click to them that you hear. So I can just show you on this one. So that
Okay,
clicks
so we'll
once.
show on another one. So we just don't have enough samples around here.
And then the safety goes down over it. So they're nice and secure. And as you said, if you wear it on the circle, you don't even have to open it.
Then it wouldn't matter anyway. Well, maybe we could actually show it on, and while we do that, I can take this one off to better show you how that works. But as we talk about it from this, I mean, even from the side, look at all of the carving and the texture and the detail. This is a three-dimensional swan.
Yes.
It's not this flat kind of, and you could have done a beautiful.
Flat.
Do you?
You know, I started in sculpture.
Yeah.
So, every piece that I do, I really start with the sculptural approach.
Beautiful. And so now we're seeing this gorgeous swan, and this is how we talked about, like, depending on whether you're doing it with the new silver and gold chain that has the turquoise, or the classic silver and gold, or the pearl necklace that's clearance price that we have coming up. It also, I feel like the swan can even tell a different story depending on the chain.
Depending who's wearing it, depending what length they're wearing it at, what clothes they're wearing it with. Like,
Yeah.
the other thing I love about my customers is they range from like young and super edgy to, was helping a woman one day and she was a Supreme Court judge. She was going towards the more conservative things. So I
Okay.
said, can I ask you what you do? And she said, I'm a Supreme Court judge. And I thought, wow, like I just had someone come in and buy like a large skull,
Yeah.
And so it's fun to have that versatility in the line.
I think that, and we were talking about just the nature of art a little bit earlier, and art speaks to people for different reasons. That's the same thing I think of in this jewelry, because when I love animals so much, and I feel like each animal is special for a reason. The swan, one of the most majestic in my opinion, but symbolic as well. And then you did it such justice by bringing it to life in this kind of way. Carved abalone, if you don't have any abalone at home, oh my gosh, it is one of the most magical gemstones you'll ever see. But I did take this off just to show you. We'll get a close look at all its glory. I will remind you, it sold out in its debut. We just got it back in.
Yeah, we didn't even have a sample for me to wear.
See, not even Barbara could get a sample, but it has a nice large enhancer bail. I just wanted to kind of like, you just snap the back in, and then you do have a safety catch that you just pop right in place. So now you don't have to worry about it if you do want to take that and kind of put it on another chain at home.
Right.
You don't have to worry about going anywhere because it has a safety catch. But for $94 a month, we just got it back in. There's only so many that can be brought in something like this. J353918. And you'll just want to stare at it and wear it. And you know, this kind of jewelry too, although it is so ornate and gorgeous, I still feel like because it's born out of an idea of nature that you're wearing this with whatever.
Oh, I wear this with jeans and a t-shirt as easily as I would for an evening event. And a lot of my pieces are like that. And that's why I was saying what I meant by it depends who's wearing it and how they're wearing it. Because if you put this on with a black evening dress, it would look great. And if you put it on with your jeans and a black leather jacket, it would look great.
It's so beautiful because it is the thing that stands out. And even like just a gorgeous dress from afar, it's fun that you see all this color and you're like, what is this? And you get closer and then suddenly you see this gorgeous swan. The carved abalone, it's amazing when you look at the carved feathers.
Yes.
I mean, look at those feathers.
I've always loved abalone, and it's how you use it. You know, so you can just put a slab of abalone in something, but if there's so much you can do with it, and that play of color is so beautiful.
Beautiful. We just got it back in, so if you want it, we more just arrived. You have 9 months to pay it off on your Q card, 5 months on your major credit card for Easy Pay, $94. J353918 is your item number. We were talking about a skull pendant. We actually have one in the show.
Yes.
Look how gorgeous. So this has a lot of blue topaz. There's the abalone again.
Abalone